and the Congress party has decided to boycott our second debate. The Congress party says we have said what we had to on the Herald case and we cannot send any representative on the Newshour tonight. So, anyway, with us is KTS Tulsi, is a senior advocate member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha. I think it leans towards the Congress view on this. Kumar Ketkar, senior journalist, he took on the BJP the last time. Ajay Bose, senior journalist and columnist with me in the studio, and Jayanta Ghoshal is the editor Delhi of the Anand Bazar Patrika, the leading newspaper of the East. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And Subramaniam Swamy just got mic'd up. He just walked into the debate. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Swamy, what's the relevance of this IT notice? Is this when we hear that the Congress party will get a notice from the government asking it why it should not lose tax exempt status, it's a big thing, and I don't think, frankly, any government's actually going to do it. Do you think they're going to do it? Or is it just kind of a threat to keep 10 Janpath in check?
No, it's a very serious matter because it can always go back to the courts. The fact is that the income tax section 13A was enacted to enable political parties to receive donations, and the condition was that it will be used for political activity. And in RTI reply, the Election Commission made it very clear that under the Representative People's Act, there's no way that they can use this money for commercial purposes. Now, they have used it for commercial purposes, a clear violation, and therefore the income tax exemption should be withdrawn. I am 100% certain it will be withdrawn.
Income tax exemption withdrawn is not a small thing.
It's not at all a small thing.
It's not a small thing. You know, they're going to cry vendetta. Can it be withdrawn? KTS Tulsi, the other point of view, 1,385.6 crores is the money received in exemptions for the Congress party between 2007 and 2012. So this is big money we are talking about. And I think it's going to be a very big development if the Congress party loses its tax exempt status. Can this government do it, or is this an empty threat in your view? Mr. Tulsi.
Well, I think this is a completely empty threat. My very dear friend and I'm an admirer of Dr. Subramaniam Swamy for all the efforts that he has made to cleanse the system. But this is one of those cases where it can't just be called a commercial use of the money, for the reason that in this country, as yet, it's not a crime to promote democracy and secularism, nor is it a commercial venture to promote democracy and secular values. In 1937, Associated Journals was launched by Jawaharlal Nehru to uphold precisely these values and also to be the voice of the freedom movement. National Herald, Navjeevan, Qawmi Awaz were meant to promote democracy, the ideals of democracy, self-rule and secularism. It is exactly the same ideal, bailing out one organ of the Congress party by another organ.
How is the National Herald the organ of the Congress
cannot
party?
Be called.
No, that Mr. KTS Tulsi, I take serious objection to it. Just a minute, sir. The National Herald was created by the founding fathers of India. The Congress does not own that. One, how does the National Herald become Congress property? Unless you have a serious problem of a sense of entitlement, where you believe that anything to do with the freedom struggle is a private property of the Gandhis. Ajay Bose. And by the way, let's keep the empty chair on. Our viewers are asking where the Congress party is. I'm repeating tonight, the Congress party has decided not to come on Newshour Debate number 2. That's a Congress party chair.
We veteran journalists remember National Herald as a newspaper. It was close to the Congress, pro-Congress. It had a wonderful editor, Chalapati Rao. We all respected him. But tell me, what has happened to the National Herald?
Yes.
What happened to plans to revive the National Herald? You take advantage, this party takes advantage of its old association that Jawaharlal Nehru was the editor once, Firoz Gandhi was once the managing director. You take advantage over this family's association with this paper, and then suddenly the paper vanishes. This is the most ridiculous thing I've heard. I mean, ethically, legally this case will go on and wrongdoing, I'm sure, will be found. But I think ethically, for a journalist, I find it is terrible that we don't hear of any plans to revive the National Herald, which I thought was the entire purpose.
Which doesn't exist. So, no, one second. So, therefore...
They started other news periodicals, newspapers also, like Sandesh and other newspapers,
Yeah.
but they stopped it. That is very unfortunate.
So, under what rule did the Congress party extend a loan to this company that owns National Herald? I've got several questions for the Congress party. I'm going to put them out tonight.
There's no rule.
Because this is a very serious criminal case. It's not a small case. KTS Tulsi, you know it. If the Congress party, the All India Congress Committee loses its tax exempt status, it loses the privilege virtually of existing like a large national party of this country. This has grave consequences tonight.
May I add one word before?
You will speak because it is your issue. I will add one thing to Ajay. The thing is that Dr. Swamy raised this issue. After that, I have not seen a single Congress spokesman narrated and explained the whole issue. Why they are silent? They are not ready to come to your studio. They are not ready to give the reaction.
Yeah, they're not.
So, Dr. Swamy, if he is completely, he is lying, so what is the Congress version? Why they are defensive? They can take offense against Dr. Swamy. They are not doing it.
They can't.
So,
because
I
gone
don't
to court.
understand if they have something.
No, I see whether I'm lying or not, this is for the court to decide.
Yeah.
And this is a summons from the court, not from me. Now, you see, first of all, let me say that the Congress party's own constitution, party constitution, section 20, describes the role of the treasurer and said he shall not give loans for commercial purposes. So, even in the Congress party constitution, it is there, you cannot use the money for these purposes. The RTI is very clear, not only loans, equity, debentures, everything is disallowed. Only political activity, and that's the meaning of section 29 of the Representative People's Act. So, therefore, there is no excuse. Furthermore, let me say that Jawaharlal Nehru didn't found the thing. There were 11 people who signed, including Rafi Ahmed Kidwai, Purushottam Das Tandon, Acharya Narendra Dev, who was a Socialist Party member. He was not a Congress Party member. And therefore, this is a paper which was launched by a private limited company. It was no part of the Congress party.
This argument is so specious that KTS Tulsi, I have great personal regard for you. You are a very fine advocate and you are a man of great personal integrity and you're a great lawyer. But sir, with respect to you, and I'm putting this not to you, but I don't want to quarrel with you on this. But your argument is like saying that let's hand over the Parliament House to the Gandhis. Let's hand over Tinmurti House to the Gandhis. Let's hand over, tomorrow you will say Sabarmati Ashram to the Gandhis, because anything which has anything to do with the freedom struggle, now the Gandhis own it. And you can then say we'll extend some unsecured loans to the Tinmurti House, and then in turn we'll change the equity structure in a way that 76% will be controlled by 10 Janpath. If that is to be the argument, Kumar Ketkar, then 10 Janpath should own Parliament. Well, tomorrow they'll say we own Rashtrapati Bhavan because Mahatma Gandhi once went and met viceroys in Rashtrapati Bhavan, and these are all national assets. I mean, this is completely ridiculous argument. It's not going anywhere. Kumar Ketkar, you came on a program and you screamed witch hunt last week. Do you have the same conviction on this case anymore?
Well, I don't
or would you concede
I don't think
that Subramaniam Swamy has been able to trap the Congress party?
I don't think witch hunt needs to be proved.
In an argument and with facts, it cannot escape.
But as long as Subramaniam Swamy
how is it a witch hunt?
As long as Subramaniam Swamy is the chief investigative officer, he is the best lawyer, he is the best judge, and he is also the best income tax commissioner. I don't understand why even this debate is taking place, because the case according to is open and shut and simple, that the Gandhis should be hanged. And so hang them in the court of law, hang them in income tax, anywhere.
No, it's a very specific
what
case.
I am telling you,
Subramaniam Swamy.
Arnab, the point is that I am seeing the replay of the events just as in 1977, there were 47 cases, including criminal cases against Mrs. Gandhi and Sanjay Gandhi. There were about 27 commissions, and all the commissions and all the cases
saying the Congress
could not
party should
prove
get political
anything.
martyrdom because
And the same
because
thing is
of a
going
case of
again.
alleged corruption?
Same thing we are witnessing. I am not surprised
You're
at
saying
all.
the Gandhis
I
are
am
the
not
political
surprised
martyrs
that
in
there
this
were
case. Let's open the debate up.
so-called
One
two
second.
developments.
Subramaniam Swamy would like to come
So-called
into
two
this.
developments.
Or
Summons,
Ajay Ghosh, which of our panelists would like to come into this?
Immediately
Okay,
followed
Ajay
by
Ghosh
income
countering
tax.
you, Ajay Ghosh.
Summons followed by income tax is not a surprise to me at all. This has happened in the past. This was expected. This was anticipated. Why Congress people can't come on this studio? I don't know. I don't care for that.
These
My point
cases
is
against
simple.
Mrs. Gandhi,
This was
some
all
of them which were
expected.
very genuine, they were used by her very cleverly to fight back. And it is possible that even this. But let us take the National Herald case. What I would like to know, what Jointo very correctly said, what is the Congress version? Is there a Congress defense of this very peculiar events which led to the...
He is not contradicting
Exactly.
Dr. Swamy's content.
What is the version of
he
the
is
Congress?
saying that the Gandhi families are the victim of political conspiracy. So again, this is another new allegation, but I want to know the counter thesis of the content of Dr. Swamy that he is not telling us. That I want to know from him.
No, I put this out. No, I put this out to the other panelists. KTS Tulsi and Kumar Ketkar, are you basically saying tonight?
We are not against Gandhi.
No, are you saying tonight that on fact you can't take Subramaniam Swamy on?
But we don't
Because
know
your
what the
argument is at three levels.
No,
Your argument is at three levels. One, Subramaniam Swamy is a bad man.
Knows the facts.
He has an axe to grind
Arnab,
against
I
the
don't-
Gandhis.
Arnab,
And
this
this
is
is a witch
ridiculous.
hunt and the conspiracy against the Gandhis, and they are the victims.
Arnab,
Can you
this
take him
is-
on factually?
Arnab, this is absolutely
I'm asking you tonight.
ridiculous.
I think the viewers want to see
No,
that tonight.
viewers also want to know whether we have the papers. We don't have the papers. We don't have the legal
Dr.
case. We
Subramaniam
don't have the
Swamy
income tax
has
commission's
started a
argument.
case that
Only Subramaniam Swamy
Congress
has got.
party has
And
been
you are
cheated.
asking us about facts.
He's not a
We
member
don't
of the
know the
Congress
facts.
party.
Subramaniam Swamy
For
knows the
an
facts.
allegation of cheating,
But the Congress
it's the
must have
aggrieved
some
person
defense.
alone who
But the
can
Congress
file,
must
who can
have some
initiate the
defense.
process.
Let me say a few things like which are facts which are easily available.
What he has said in his complaint, is only about the manner of acquisition of a company, which is a corporate offence for which a complaint can only be filed by a registrar of companies. This is, in my humble opinion, a stillborn case, and therefore one needn't have. He does not have the locus, because breach of trust of what? Have you entrusted anything with the Congress party, which has been stolen? These offences can just not be made out on the complaint, even if you assume all the allegations to be correct. Although all the facts are on the table, this is a legal case, and that on top of that a criminal case. You can't debate the merits of these cases, which are
Okay, I'm glad you're coming down to
It will have
fact.
to be considered by the higher court.
No, I'm glad you're coming down to fact, and Subramaniam Swamy wants to respond. I'll just keep throwing a few questions. My first question is, under what law did the Congress party give an unsecured loan to this National Herald company? My second question is that political parties are exempt from paying income tax, and therefore the money that was loaned was money that was exempt from income tax deductions. Yes or no? Subramaniam Swamy now responding. It's now a factual debate. Counter him on fact, Dr. Swamy. Counter KTS Tulsi on fact.
Well, he hasn't said any fact which I have to counter, but let me tell you a few things which are incontrovertible. Number one, the Young Indian is a private limited company, in which the mother and son, that is Sonia and Rahul, own 76% of the shares, which means the company is theirs. Now, that was started with a authorized capital of only 5 lakh rupees and ended up today with 2,000 crores at least of real estate and immovable property. Of that, there is no question and no doubt, number one. Number two, these buildings in all over the country were given by the government at highly concessional rates, 2 rupees per acre. That way, for example, the Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg property was leased out.
To whom?
Leased out to the National Herald, and on the condition that they were bringing out newspapers. So was it leased out to Times of India, Indian Express, and there is a judgment of the Indian Express which clearly says this. Now, when you have leased out the land, how did you sell it? Then, not only that, The Congress party, in giving its loan, says because we have emotionally connected, for restarting the paper we are giving this loan. But when the company becomes a part of the Young Indian, they explicitly say, and we produce the documentation for that in court, that we have no intention of running a newspaper. In fact, the Herald House has now been rented out to the Ministry of External Affairs, and now they are going to rent it out to a few multinational corporations. So therefore, it is now the house, the Herald House, which was for printing newspapers, is now earning money, rental income, by renting it out to their own government at that stage. So these are facts which they can't contradict, you see. And you
well, at this rate, all public sector units, for tomorrow they can say that we will give a loan to the organization that runs the Bhakra Nangal Dam, and we are emotionally connected to the Bhakra Nangal Dam because of Nehru, and therefore we will tomorrow have an equity trust that controls all PSUs in India. I mean, this point is, and I'm not getting a clear answer. You are being thrown a challenge on Newshour Tonight by Subramanium Swamy. Because the AICC is a political outfit, it is entitled to collect money for political purposes. How do you collect money? Can Kumar Ketkar or Mr. Tulsi explain to me how you can collect money for political purposes, loan it to a loss-making company? Does this not violate the Representation of People's Act? It's a clear violation of the rule under which elections are held in India.
Arnab, you think,
Mr. Ketkar,
Arnab, you think that I am
it's
here
a
to
huge
defend
offense.
Congress. Arnab, I think you think that I am here to defend Congress or Gandhi family. I am not. I am not in possession of all the facts and all the documents. I am merely saying, that this is a part of the Vichan program of Narendra Modi, which was equal to 1977.
No, Vichan
democratic and secular
in 1977, I have seen all this
for the same principle. That's a political purpose. The Young Indian is also involved in the same objective, which is political in nature.
Sir, so 1 minute. Counters coming in. Ajay Bose, Subramanium Swamy first. Subramanium Swamy.
The objectives of the Young Indian is one, not to publish newspapers and to enhance the moral values of the youth in the country. It has got nothing to do with politics.
So I want to know how you enhance the moral. No, 1 second. I want to know how you enhance the moral fiber of youth in the country by carrying out. I want to know, Kumar Ketkar, how you improve the moral standards of youth in the country by carrying out a surreptitious corporate takeover of a company which began as a national trust and then decide to rent it out for private income to the government itself. How does this help the youth of the country? Jayanta Ghoshal.
Every single media house in the country has
that in
taken
the
advantage.
board, Acharya Narendra Dev was also there.
Every single media
So basically, since for the first day, it was not actually it's a Congress property. It was a platform.
Mr. Ketkar is.
This is number one.
Mr. Ketkar,
so first,
argue on fact. Let's argue on fact, Mr. Ketkar.
I am saying the facts are only with Mr. Swamy.
No, 1 second.
Arnab, the facts are only with Mr. Swamy. I don't have the facts. I don't have the documents. And you are asking me to defend or offend facts?
All these
How can
facts
I don't have a single document. Only Subramaniam Swamy.
Ajay Bose.
Subramaniam Swamy is the Almighty. And only Almighty
you can easily make this into. No, I'm sorry. Arnab, I think we will get completely diverted if we just say that Mr. Swamy has some private vendetta which is going, which may well be true. But the point is we have to see the facts which are in public domain, and there's no disputing it.
But
I mean,
Ajay,
firstly,
the facts are only
that the entire purpose, of this resurrection, Kumar.
Ajay, facts are
No. Facts have come out and they have not been disputed by the Congress so far. What I'm trying to say, this is a major charge against the Congress. Why isn't the Congress and its spokespeople, why are they not being able to put up even slightly a bit of a defense?
Supreme Court has summoned. This is fact.
No, watch it. Yes, fact.
It is fact or not? Supreme Court has summoned. Is it fact or myth?
Okay. So let
sorry, court.
Court
The court has summoned
Yes.
The Congress leaders,
what
is
is
it
wrong and
fact
what is
or it
right?
is also not fact?
What is truth and what is not
If it is
truth?
fact
How
and
can we-
accused, they have to
how
take
can
bail.
we sitting on a
It's a very
panel
serious
decide-
issue.
How
Without
can we sitting on a
taking
panel
bail,
decide-
they cannot get rid of the court verdict.
But how can
I'm-
we
I'm-
sit
so
on
this
a
is
panel
fact.
decide what is truth and what is wrong and what is unjust and
No,
what
there
is
are
just?
many other
Sir, how
alternatives.
can, no, 1 second.
How can we
What-
sit
what-
and
let's,
many
let's,
other
let's,
alternatives.
okay, let's,
Subramaniam
And on
Swamy
legal
can sit in
issues, you
judgment.
can't
I can't.
debate the merits
I will
of the
say
case
no,
in
sir,
front
the-
of the
sir, the
TV
point
channel.
is-
They are
You-
guilty.
Sir, please understand one thing.
but
Sir,
let them
sir,
be
you
punished
can't
if they are
usurp
guilty.
national property.
Right.
See,
You know what the
Arnab
point
Modi
is.
saying,
Sir,
Nobody
please
has
understand the
usurped.
seriousness
This is
of this
neither
issue.
national
Arnab,
property.
I'm not
Sir,
saying
1
this
minute.
This is not national
innocent
property.
before having the
Arnab, you are
case.
completely mistaken if you compare it with Rashtrapati Bhavan or
No,
Parliament
1
House.
minute. One
This
minute.
is
One
not
minute.
this is
Before
this
you
is
tell
a
me where
private
I'm
company.
mistaken.
A
One
private
second.
company has sold its shares to another company.
Mr. Tulsi.
A private company has sold its shares
Yeah,
to another
okay.
company which has identical objectives.
Okay, so now I'll tell you one thing.
There's
Right,
no-
one
there- no,
minute. So you suppose tomorrow the Parliament of India was one company and you form a trust, Mr. Tulsi, your private little trust which is I promote democracy. You'll tomorrow say that somebody loans money to that trust and if Parliament were a company which runs into
analogy
financial
is
trouble, I can
completely
take over
wrong.
Parliament
This
because I'm
analogy is
espousing the same
completely
cause.
absurd.
But the question is,
No,
it
Arnab,
raises,
this
no, what's it?
analogy
It raises,
does
first of all, the fundamental issues of conflict
This
of interest.
analogy
The
does not hold.
fundamental issue is, how
This
can
analogy
you
has
give
no-
a loan?
Rational at all.
The Congress party, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are vice president and Congress and party general secretary respectively at that time. How can they give a loan to a company which they own?
But on what?
I mean, what logic is this?
Why can't they?
You run a party
Why can't
and
they? Because
Why can't they?
That is also serving. That is also serving, or was meant to serve only the same political objective of democracy and secularism.
Sir,
So therefore,
this
they
is the
want
national.
to
Sir, please
take
tell
over
me.
and promote
Okay, tell
that
me one thing.
in a different way.
Tell me. So first of all, Joyanto makes a point here
Arnab,
that
listen
the
only one
National
point.
Herald and
Arnab,
whatever
RSS
started,
is
you know, the
biggest
assets
NGO
given
in
to
the
it at
country.
that point of time.
Arnab,
Kumar
RSS
Ketkar, the National Herald is not Congress party
Arnab,
property. Whatever is
RSS
left
is
of
the
it
biggest
is national
NGO in the
property.
country.
National property.
RSS is the
Give it to
biggest
the poor
NGO in the
people,
It was
sell those
private and
assets,
limited company.
create a trust and
It was
educate
a
poor
private
people.
limited company.
Don't make it your private property. Joyanto Ghoshal is saying something. Joyanto Ghoshal, Kumar Ketkar.
If Congress is so media friendly, they want to, I mean, they're so media friendly, journalist friendly, why they stopped National Herald? Why they, if they wanted
Mr. Ketkar, hear it.
if they wanted to develop National Herald, then they should have done it. They didn't. They wanted to acquire the property. So first, it's a national property. Congress made it as their own property. Congress
Yes.
acquired the property.
Yes.
Number two, government gave concession which was illegal. Court observation also saying the same thing.
Yeah.
If I may just recall,
No court
that at
observation.
that time I remember there was talk of Suman Dubey taking over National
Exactly.
Herald to revive the paper.
editor.
We heard all that.
Yeah.
I'm talking purely, we were all interested in the resurrection of National Herald, the revival of
But did
National
it happen?
Herald, but it did not happen. I mean, I feel particularly agitated that now the Congress has no leg to stand on. Because because the entire thing of giving the loan, everything, the reason which was being given was they wanted to revive National Herald. And they suddenly feel that they've forgotten about that.
One side,
And in October 2011, is it true or not that it was made very clear that Young Indian does not intend to publish any newspaper? So the intent to loan money, Mr. Tulsi, look at it in a very calm, distant and objective way today. I'm not saying you're prejudiced, but doesn't the intention to loan money to this National Herald company appear suspicious and in violation of the Election Commission guidelines?
No.
No, because you take over saying
see,
that I'm
Arnab,
going to
if-
improve democracy and republish National Herald. But where is National
Arnab,
Herald? In
Arnab,
October 2011, they decide we're not going to publish it in newspaper. You
Arnab,
turn it to a real
no,
estate company.
Arnab,
You want
Arnab,
big money on
remember-
rent. I want to know how much money was earned on rent.
Arnab, first you must
How much money
Please,
was earned on
Arnab,
rent?
be a little
no
more
single
objective.
investigative
Sir,
journalist
be a
or
little
no
more
single
objective.
I appeal to you the same thing
no
which you're
single
saying.
investigative newspaper ever investigated
if you were
into this
also in
for
the
last
same
10
place,
years or 5
you
years.
would would be
only
worried
after
about
Modi
the
government comes in
objective.
power,
How
all these
best to
investigations
serve the
come to light
objective with
very
which
clearly.
National
Why
Herald was
your Times
established?
Now channel
You
did
have
not
another
investigate the
company
matter for
which
last
is
10 years?
shorn of the
Why
liabilities.
any other channel,
The
why any other
liabilities
So my
newspaper did
question-
not investigate?
one minute.
The fact of the matter is within 1 month of coming to power, all the investigations begin. No other journalist ever investigates, no other journalist ever inquires. All the people who are concerned about the fate of National Herald, they never went and sent investigative reporters to find out who and why National Herald closed. Nobody investigated that. Only after Modi Sarkar comes to power, they don't investigate into RSS BJP relationship, financial deals included, and only within 1 month National Herald case comes
No,
to
one
light.
second, please. One second. Counters. 1 second.
No violation of any law.
A plan.
So first of all, no, 1 minute. Mr. Ketkar, Mr. Ketkar, 1 second. No, Mr. Ketkar, I take strong objection to your insinuation that
I have
stories
no
are being
insinuation.
covered because the Modi
Insinuations
government is coming.
Insinuations
I mean,
have
that's
come
the
from
most ridiculous
Swamy.
thing I've heard. The income
I
tax
am
notice
not-
is significant. 1 minute. Now you spoke
Insinuations
and
have
let
come
me
from
speak.
Swamy.
I have great personal regard for you, sir.
That has no value.
I have great personal regard
has
for
no
you.
value. The matter will be
You
settled
have
by
more
the
than
Income Tax
3 decades
Commissioner.
more experience in
Matter will
journalism
be
than I
settled
have.
in the
But let
court
me
of
tell you,
law.
sir, you may not be
Matter
aware
will
that
be
the income
settled in the
tax
court
notice
of
is
law,
significant.
and the point is,
Sir,
great
the income
investigative
tax
journalists
notice
did
is
not
significant because it
investigate
has.
till this Sarkar came to power.
Sir,
No
let me tell you, this is
investigative
a
journalist
court
did
matter.
Of course,
this
it
is a
matters.
court
you
matter.
are saying that these are all facts.
This
Why
is
these
a
facts
court
were not
matter. Why don't you
investigated?
listen, Mr.
And why
Ketkar?
all the media houses,
Mr.
media houses
Ketkar-
today are enjoying concessional
Mr. Ketkar,
benefits
don't
from
try
the
and
respective
put all
governments
media
ever
houses.
since.
Give me that argument. I don't need to listen to
Why?
this.
Why?
I
All the
can
media
tell you,
houses
Mr.
have benefited,
Ketkar,
including
we have
National
taken on
Herald,
the UPA when
but
they
we
have
are
been
not
in power.
investigating
We've
into
questioned
any other
BJP
media
governments
house.
when
We
they
are
have been in power, and
investigating-
playing
we are
victim is a very wrong
discussing,
tactic in this one.
investigating
And Mr.
only
Ketkar, hear me.
National Herald. That means
Mr.
there is clearly
Ketkar-
a purpose. And
Okay,
that
now have you
purpose-
finished, Mr. Ketkar?
That purpose clearly shows
Okay,
the
when you
picture.
finish, I'll tell you.
Otherwise, all the media houses should be seen.
Mr.
All the media
Ketkar-
houses which have got benefits should be seen and should be brought to book.
Mr. Ketkar, now let me tell you.
And I am not defending Gandhis
Now,
or I am
please
not
hear me,
defending
Mr.
Congress.
Ketkar.
I don't care. If they are guilty, let them be punished. If they have done anything irregular, they should be punished. I am not defending them at all. My simple point is, why suddenly
I'm not
in
saying
1
anything.
month of coming to power, suddenly
Mr.
all the
Ketkar-
facts come to light, and till that
Mr.
time those
Ketkar-
facts were never seen.
No, one second. First of all, Mr. Ketkar, you are not supporting the Congress, but I'm sure I will find a lot of congressmen who will come and disagree with you. Mr. Ketkar, the issue is the income tax notice is significant because it follows incriminating observations by the
I
Patiala
never
House
said it
Court
is insignificant.
magistrate in a summons
But
issued to
I
Sonia
never
Gandhi,
said-
Rahul Gandhi, Suman
I
Dubey,
never
Motilal
said
Vora
IT
and
department
others.
is wrong.
No, why are you getting so touchy about it? Are you saying the court is also now acting on the instructions of a government?
This is insignificant.
Are-
I never said summons is
Are you-
wrong.
are you- are
I
you
never
trying
said
to
summons should
insinuate
be
motives
withdrawn.
to the court?
I am merely saying that will be settled at the Department
can
of
I
IT
just-
and in the court of law. Why are we
Mr.
just
Ketkar,
a
this is
deciding
a
the issue
court.
in favor or
Mr.
against
Ketkar,
favor?
I'd like to
It's
say.
not the last word.
Okay, now Mr. Ketkar, let's. I'll just say that I'm coming back here. You see, Mr. Ketkar, the court, while invoking, and I'm sorry to have to say this, Section 420 of the Indian Penal Code, which in context appears to be the case of alleged cheating and dishonesty, including delivery of property, said the party appears to have cheated those who have donated to the party by claiming exemption from money that has been diverted for purposes which it was not intended. So do you realize how serious this is, Mr. Ketkar?
But when did I say it is not serious? Or
Can you
when
just
did I
get
say
away
it
by
is
saying which one?
Let the courts decide.
It's so serious.
But why can't you understand the
Mr.
simple
Ketkar,
fact
and by
that
the
those
way,
who took a decision...
and by the way, after
those
this
who-
debate, I'll
When
tell
did
you
I
one
say
more
that
thing, Mr.
summons should be
Ketkar.
withdrawn?
Mr. Ketkar,
When
one
did
more
I
thing
say
now,
summons should be
hear me, Mr.
withdrawn?
Ketkar.
When
Mr.
did I say
Ketkar,
that
you
IT
are
should not
too
conduct
senior.
inquiry?
You are-
When did I say
you
IT
are-
should not...
Mr.
I
Ketkar,
agree that
Mr.
IT
Ketkar,
has
you know,
every
it's
right to
become
inquire.
Mr. Ketkar, you are a journalist, I am a journalist.
No, but-
Let me tell you one thing.
In fact, that's what I'm saying.
No, one second, Mr. Ketkar, please now listen to me, Mr. Ketkar. I will send after this program to you couriered speed post or whichever form of transmission you want. I'll send it on a satellite link to you. I will send you copies of all the debates that I have done on this very issue when the UPA was in power. I don't need lectures from the Congress or the BJP on what the editorial agenda of Times Now is. But I'll also tell
I
you
never
when
said
this
that.
controversy first erupted.
But
The
why are you
Congress party put out
insinuating
a
now?
statement affirming its commitment to reviving the National Herald.
But
I
why
want
are
to
you
know where is that
insinuating now?
commitment
I've
to
never
reviving the
said
National
that.
Herald today?
I have
Where is
never
the
said
paper?
that.
I want to know today
I
where
did
is the
not
National
have-
Herald paper, and if
if
it's not,
I
why
did
do I
not
not have the
have-
right to ask whether they were fooling the people of this country? Counters coming in
If
from
I
Ajay
did
Bose.
not have,
I just want to
if I did not have
remind-
respect to your channel,
I just want to
would have come
remind-
on the channel.
No,
If
I-
did not
no,
respect
listen.
your channel and you,
Listen,
I would have come on
Kumar.
the channel. The fact is,
No,
that
no,
your
I just
channel-
want to basically remind Kumar Ketkar that the media interest is basically revived because the court summoned. The court summoned Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi.
You want
and
us to black it out?
And today we have a new income tax notice. So media would naturally be interested.
Absolutely correct.
want to
I am
black it out,
that.
You
Ajay,
can't
I
wait
am
for the
not
case to
questioning-
complete.
Ajay,
Then we can
please,
just close our
1
shop
minute, Ajay,
and not discuss anything.
Ajay, I
till
am not
court
questioning
decide everything.
media's interest now. I am questioning why media did not take
Naturally.
interest into investigation of this irregularity.
Hey, Baba,
and
the
this
media, I
criminal
told you
offense
I'll send
for
you the
last 10
tapes.
years. Subramanium Swamy
I don't
took
know
the
which
interest.
media you're talking
Subramanium
about,
Swamy
not
has
this
been-
media. I'll send you the
Swamy has
tapes,
been
Mr.
taking interest.
Ketkar.
No media house, no journalist, no channel investigated this crime of
Mr. Swamy has appeared on my
and
program.
therefore, and Subramaniam Swamy is bringing all this to light.
Join the Ghoshal.
There is
Disagree with you, sir. Disagree.
No, Mr. Ketkar, I think there is a problem of your approach, I think. The problem is that I am or Ajay Bose, we are not against Sonia Gandhi or
I am
Rahul
also
Gandhi.
not for or against. I am merely
And
saying,
certainly
I am
not
merely saying that
against
we can't-
Gandhi family.
I am merely
Not
saying
against
we
Gandhi
can't
family.
convict.
But
We
my
can't
take
convict anybody
is
on the
that
channel.
when you are talking about the social sector, when you are talking about the PSU modernization and development, and in that same time, you are taking favor from the government for the National Herald.
Absolutely.
And you are closing down the newspaper. This is not the interest of the journalists of this country.
It is-
So as a
it is of
journalist
interest.
of this
But
country,
why
I
journalists
cannot
did not
support this.
investigate this?
So it is not against Sonia Gandhi.
But I
And
am
why we are
asking-
discussing, why Arnav is discussing,
I
because
don't
it is
understand.
topical, because
I am
Metropolitan
asking
Court
why
has given an
journalists
order.
did not
It's not the
pursue this
issue of Dr.
matter.
Swamy
Sir,
or no Swamy.
In fact,
Why
X, Y,
journalists
Z.
did not
Court
pursue
has
this
given
matter?
something. We are
Subramaniam
discussing
Swamy
something.
had all the facts.
Why your approach is a prejudiced approach?
Swamy had all the facts for last 10
approach is a
years.
prejudiced
He has
approach.
been pursuing the case. Why not a single journalist or media house pursued the matter? Swamy had all the facts.
So what,
Swamy has been
again you are
investigating.
repeating yourself,
Swamy
sir.
is
I
a
think he
great
can correct
crusader.
you, sir. I can, you
Swamy is a
can.
great crusader for
One minute,
facts
one minute.
and truth.
I find
And Swamy
this,
has been
I
investigating.
find this-
So media should have followed at least Swamy.
I
not
have
National
filed
Herald.
this complaint.
But media
Now
did not
listen to
follow
Swamy. Listen to Swamy.
I-
He wants to say something to you. Listen to Swamy. Listen to
I
Swamy. By the
filed
way,
this complaint years ago in the Patiala House courts, and in fact, Times Now was the first one which called me and interviewed me and then held a discussion also on it. So this is wrong to say that you did not take any interest all this time. It has been a continuing interest. It's been coming in the newspapers. Perhaps they didn't draw the attention of us.
And Mr. Ketkar, 1 minute. When the other scam broke, what did we
Nobody
say?
has
We said Kargil for
investigated matter
profit.
like
You were
Swamy has
using Kargil
Swamy
for
has
private
investigated
profit.
the matter.
I am asking tonight, Mr. Ketkar,
Swamy
does it
has
not?
investigated
Mr. Ketkar, let me
matter
speak,
and
please.
no journalist
Mr.
has
Ketkar,
and no
I am
media
asking you a
house has.
question. Mr. Ketkar, let me ask you a question. Can I please ask you a counter question with the greatest of respect? When we say Kargil for profit in the other scam, everybody gets violated. Ashok Chavan had to resign. In this case, if the masthead of a newspaper is being used,
But when did
allegedly
I
for
say-
private profit,
but
is
when
it
did
not
I say
something
they are
that violates
innocent?
your sense of
But when
sensibilities?
did I say they are innocent? Just as I said, they are neither innocent nor
You're
guilty
only
till they are
questioning
proved
the
to be
question of
guilty.
timing. I mean, we
But
don't
where
decide
is
when the
question
courts
of
give their
proving
orders.
them to be innocent or guilty on a channel. I am merely saying that journalists did not even
Because you-
pursue.
so then you
Subramaniam
rest the
Swamy's
case of witch
investigation.
hunt.
I am considering Subramaniam Swamy is a crusader for truth.
Today I find Mr. Ketkar,
What has happened?
Mr. Ketkar, I don't understand your argument tonight. I think we have a disagreement of perception in this
merely
one.
saying that
I'd like to go.
Why these things suddenly come to light within 1 month of the
KTS
government coming to
Tulsi.
power? That's all I'm
KTS
asking.
Tulsi at the Congress party boycotting the debate yet another night. KTS Tulsi, my question to you is on this. How long can the Congress party duck in this case, in your view?
You see, this is a legal matter. The Congress party and their president, vice president have been made accused in this case. How can they debate this issue in the media?
Spokespersons,
because this is a legal matter.
party
They have
leaders,
a right of silence. They have
right
a right
of silence.
The party leaders,
Perception.
they have a right
Is
of
the Congress
silence
party
and
not
agitate
at all
these
bothered
matters.
about public perceptions?
Fine.
I mean, these are serious
No,
charges
public perception,
which
they
Mr.
are-
Swamy is leveling.
Much more important. Can you permit me to answer, please?
Sure, please.
They have primarily to take care of the case legally at the appropriate forums, and only then there will be a debate. There can't be a debate only on the starting of the process. The process has started. Whether it is correct or incorrect will be decided in due course by a number of forums, and they will put forward their case. They can't obviously debate it on the television channels. If I were the accused in this case, I won't be able to debate it before the channels.
Sir, I'll tell you one thing.
Keep my counsel.
Sir, I'll tell you one thing.
To whatever extent you might...
Sir, you very well know, sir, that whenever any scam breaks out or alleged scam breaks out, the other side is expected to ask questions and one side is expected to defend itself. That empty chair is proof to me the Congress party does not want to defend itself. We'll send them another letter, we'll organize another debate, and let's see if they accept. Thank you, but I place this on record. I will send Kumar Ketkar couriered speed post or via satellite copies of the several programs and news stories we have done on the subject to convince him that at least this channel does not have selective amnesia. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour Tonight.